Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Baseball greetings, Panther fans, from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex, as your Heber Springs Panthers will be on the mound, the diamond today, to take on the Robinson Senators from down there in Little Rock. And beautiful day here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And we're getting set for baseball right here. It's a doubleheader day for conference action here for your Heber Springs Panthers and the Joe T. Robinson Senators. We want to take a quick second to give a shout out to some of our sponsors and boosters for allowing us to bring you the live stream today. The First Electric Cooperative, Centennial Bank, Trinity Church of Heber Springs, Carissa Clemens and Bryce Farmer with First Trust Home Loans, Ed LaShawn State Farm Insurance, First National Bank, Hopper Termite Pest Control, Brothers Barbecue, First Security Bank, Angie Collins Shelter Insurance, The River Company, Timber Shelter Insurance, Eagle Pest Management, Baptist Health, Allen Furniture, Stevenson Oil Company, Red River Dodge, and Jet Fast Motor Brokers. We would like to thank all these Panther baseball boosters for allowing us to bring you today's live stream. Andre Bell, the second baseman, number 11, steps into the leadoff spot for the Robinson Senators right here at Heber Springs and takes a first pitch. I believe that was outside for a ball and a 1-0 count here. Second pitch is swung, and Corbin Jones fielded at third base, fires over to the first baseman, and he holds on to it long enough, the umpire says, for the out. So 1 out here for the Robinson Senators in the top of the first inning. Number 9, Arlen Johnston, the shortstop, will come to the plate now for the Robinson Senators. 1 out here for the Senators in the top of the first inning against the Heber Springs Panthers from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And that was sent down the line, down right field side, and Xander Lindley's going to field it right there in right field and throw it into Cooper Holmes there at second base. And then the Robinson Senators have a runner here at first. 1 out here for the Senators here in the top of the first inning. Number 5, Britt Wilson, the first baseman, steps into the batter's box for the Senators now. Runner on first, 1 out here for the Senators in the top of the first inning. JT Spears on the mound today for your Heber Springs Panthers. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Wilson. And it's swung on, and a pop-up to the left fielder. And he camps underneath it, and he's got it for the out. That's Joel Atwood out there in left field, making that play for your Heber Springs Panthers. 2 outs here for the Robinson Senators now here in the top of the first inning. Here comes the next pitch from Spears. And that one's fouled off by Drifton Ladd there. The center fielder comes to the plate now with 2 outs here for the Robinson Senators. Runner on first. No runs here scored for either Heber Springs or Robinson here in the top of the first inning. And I believe it's a 1-1 count here. And here comes the possible 1-1 pitch to Ladd here. And umpire says no pitch. So no pitch there, and we will reset here. Here comes a pitch from Spears. It's offered at, but fouled. Jones takes chase, and it is out of play. All right, so Drifton Ladd steps back into the batter's box here for the Robinson Senators. 2 outs here for the Senators in the top of the first, and he swings at this one, and it gets past Snead at shortstop. Runner holds up at second after taking a wide turn. Throw comes into Jones at third, and we will have runners at first and second here for the Senators. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. JT Spears on the mound for your Panthers, and that brings number 22 Carson Waugh to the plate now. He's playing in right field for Joe T. Robinson today. And that pitch is sent right back to Spears at the mound. He's going to walk right over to first, and we have the third out here for the Senators. No runs scored for Joe T. Robinson in the top of the first frame. As we will head to the bottom of the first inning, no score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Cowboy Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Panther Sports. At Cowboy Chevrolet, GMC, and Heber Springs are known for something they call Cowboy Courtesy, and that includes giving you the best customer service around. As 2021 winners of the GM Award for Excellence in Customer Service, we want to show you how hard we work and dedication to make a difference. Our factory-trained technicians are here to get you back on the road quickly and safely. So come see us at Cowboy Chevrolet GMC in Heber Springs or cowboychevygmc.com.
Hey, I'll be up here in just a minute with my wife. Oh, yeah. I know. Trust me. Yeah.
I was like, oh my word. I no, I just can't fucking
I know. We got to get on it about that national.
I got it.
Well, we want somebody announcing too.
Here we go. Announce it. Let's go, girl. Should have brought the bullhorn.
No, Spence. 1, 2, 3.
All right, Panther fans, back to action here in the bottom of the first inning as Cooper Holmes, the second baseman for your Panthers, steps into the batter's box now to lead it off in the bottom of the first, and he takes a hack at the first pitch. Foul tip, says the umpire, and strike one to Holmes. Second pitch is fouled off by Holmes. Count goes 0-2. Spencer Watson is on the mound today for the Joe T. Robinson Senators. The lefty taking the mound today for the Senators. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's low for a ball. Count goes to 1-2 here to Holmes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Holmes sends that one right to the second baseman, and he catches it right in the glove. Right in his glove for the out. One out here for your Panthers in the bottom of the first inning. Good little shot there by Holmes, but second baseman was all over it there. That is number 11, Andre Bell for the Senators. And Keenan Sneed steps into the batter's box now for your Panthers, the Henderson State football commit. And looks to have a good baseball season, his senior season. And he sends a chopper right past the first baseman. It caroms off his glove and into the outfield. Bell will have it there at second base, right there for the Senators. But Sneed is safe at first here for your Panthers. Panthers have a runner on first here. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Good job by Sneed there, just kind of getting that one to carom off the first baseman's glove there as he tried to dive and make the play on it. And Sneed will slide in there, not necessarily slide, but he will be at first safe here for the Panthers. One out here for Heber Springs in the bottom of the first inning. Liam Buffalo steps into the batter's box now for your Panthers. And that pitch is a strike right down the middle to Buffalo. Count goes to 0-1. Buffalo sends that one right past the shortstop's glove. Shortstop tried to make a play on it there for the Senators, but it just barely tipped off the top of his glove there. Good piece of hitting right there for Buffalo as he sends that one into center field. And Panthers now have runners on first and second here with only one out. JT Spears steps into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Watson 0-0 pitch to Spears, and JT sends it right back to him. And now Panthers will have runners, and that's going to be a force out at second there. So Robinson does get an out here. 2 outs for the Panthers here in the bottom of the first, but runners at first and third here for Heber Springs. Cole Payton will step into the batter's box, and we're going to have a meeting here. The umpire and just a little discussion there between the umpire and the Joe T. Robinson coach. And now we will have a courtesy runner here for J.T. Spears as Easton Cusick will come in. Run for J.T. Panthers with runners at first and third. Cole Payton will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning and no score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. Comes the 0-0 pitch to Payton. A shot sent out. Shallow right field, and the right fielder is able to come underneath it and grab it for the 3rd out. So Panthers with runners on first and third just can't seem to squeak a run across as we will head to the top of the 2nd inning. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Environmental building maintenance delivers the most outstanding restoration experience for residents in Panther Nation and Central Arkansas. EBM offers mold remediation, fire restoration, and water mitigation. The EBM team will complete every project with long-lasting results you can rely on. They provide honest services to restore your home back to its pre-damaged condition. For a free estimate, call Brad at 501-206-5007. EMB is a proud sponsor of Heber Springs Panther Baseball and Softball. All right, Panther fans, back to action here in the top of the 2nd inning. Spears' 0-0 pitch to number 21, Jackson Ward, is fouled off for an 0-1 count. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And here comes the 0-1 pitch from Spears. Umpire says it's inside. Count goes to 1-1. One-on-one pitch from Spears is sent out to Atwood in left field, and he makes the catch. Great job right there, adjusting by Atwood there for your Panthers. And 1 out here for the Senators in the top of the 2nd inning. Victor Bullock will come to the plate now for the Senators. He is the designated hitter for Joe T. Robinson. And one out here for the Senators in the top of the second. Here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears, and it's in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. One pitch from Spears. A little blooper out to Jones at third. He rockets over to first, and he's out. So 2 outs here for the Senators in the top of the second inning. No score here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. And number 24, Addison Nichols, will step into the batter's box now for the Senators. He is playing in left field today for Joe T. Robinson. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. It's a little low, and umpire says 1-0 count here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Spears. Little high, count goes to 2-0 here. Two outs here for the Senators in the top of the second inning. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. And here comes the 2-0 pitch from JT. Swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-1. And that one's sent out to Snead at short. He fires over to first, and that's the third out for the Senators as we will head to the bottom of the second inning here. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Back to action here in the bottom of the second inning here for your Panthers, as Corbin Jones will step into the batter's box now, playing third base today for Heber Springs. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson here in the bottom of the second inning, and that pitch is in there for a strike to Jones. Count goes to 0-1. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Corbin Jones. It's a little low. Count goes to 1-1. Comes a 1-1 pitch to Jones. It's a strike, says the umpire. Count goes to 1-2 here to Corbin. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Jones. He swings and misses and strikes out there for Heber Springs. So 1 out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second. Joel Atwood will come to the plate now for your Panthers. Joel playing in left field today. Made a couple of snags already for a couple of outs early in the game, and he will step into the batter's box now. And here comes the 0-0 pitch. And it's a little low. Count goes to 1-0. That pitch goes past the catcher there, and count will go to 2-0 here to Atwood. And Joel sends that one out to the right fielder, and he camps underneath it and has the out for the Senators. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning, and that will bring Wyatt Winchester to the plate now. Wyatt playing first base today for your Panthers. No runs scored between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson here so far in this first game of the doubleheader here in conference action for your Panthers and the Senators. Here comes the 0-0 pitch to Winchester, and it's swung and a miss. Count goes to 0-1. A 1 pitch to Winchester's high. Count will go to 1-1 here. Count will go to 2-1 here to Wyatt Winchester. Swing and a miss there from Winchester. Count goes to 2-2 here. Two pitch to Winchester's fouled off. Count will stay at 2-2 here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's inside. Count will go full at 3-2. And that one is swung and missed at, but Winchester is going to make it down to first safely as it went past the catcher, and he couldn't catch up to it fast enough to get the throw down to first. So Winchester will be safe at first. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning. And Xander Lindley will step into the batter's box now. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position. Lindley steps into the batter's box, and here comes the 0-0 pitch from Watson. And it's low, and Winchester takes it off for second, and they're going to throw down, and they're going to get him as the catcher throws him out from his position behind the plate. Ball was kind of kicked there a little bit and went to the left side, and catcher was able to catch up to it and then throw down Winchester at second. So that'll be the 3rd out for your Panthers here in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. From right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex, you're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Get your vehicle looking its best at Super Splash Car Wash. Check out the all-new ceramic wax at Super Splash Car Wash. This ceramic wax protects your paint against harmful contaminants that can cause damage. Try out the brand new vacuums installed and ready for your car or truck's dirt. A clean car says a lot about you, so have the best looking car on the road with the help of Super Splash Car Wash. Go Panthers from the Super Splash Car Wash crew.
Close, baby.
Just a little nitpicky stuff, you know.
All right, Panther fans, back to action here as number 12, I believe, is at the plate now for the Senators. That is Nathan Johnston playing third base today for Joe T. Robinson. The count is 1-1 here. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. From right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex, here comes the 1-1 pitch from Spears. It's in there for a strike. Count will go to 1-2 here to Nathan Johnston for the Robinson Senators, the third baseman. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson so far here in the top of the third inning. And here comes the 1-2 pitch from Spears. It's sent out to Sneed at short. He gathers it and fires over to Winchester at first for the first out here for the Senators. One out here for Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the third inning. That will bring up the leadoff man, Andre Bell, the second baseman for the Robinson Senators. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears, and it's a little high, so count will go to 1-0 here. One out here for the Senators here in the top of the third inning. From right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex, Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Spears. It's swung and hit out to Sneed, a little chopper, and he fires over to Winchester at first. Two outs here for the Senators here in the top of the third. So number 9, Arlen Johnston, will come to the plate now, playing shortstop for Joe T. Robinson. Two outs here for Robinson in the top of the third inning, and here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. And it's a little inside. Count goes to 1-0 here, pardon me. One 0 pitch from Spears is outside. Count goes to 2-0 here. Pitch is high. 3-0 count here to Arlen Johnston, the shortstop for Joe T. Robinson. Two outs here for the Senators in the top of the third inning. No score between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes to 3-1 here. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here for the Robinson Senators in the top of the third. Here comes a 3-1 pitch from Spears. It's a little outside, and Johnston will draw the walk here for Robinson. So Joe T has a runner at first. 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. And that will bring Britt Wilson to the plate, the first baseman for the Robinson Senators. 2 outs here and a runner on first. Comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. Swung on, not swung on, and throw down to second as runner takes off from first, and he is safe at second. Throw was a little high there from Peyton, the catcher for Heber Springs. So runner is now at second for Joe T. Robinson, and count is 1-0 here to Britt Wilson, the first baseman for the Senators, and runner takes off again. Wilson sends one past the second baseman, and there's a hit and run right there by the Senators, and they're going to score a run here as Johnston ends up running all the way from second to come in to score. That was a beautiful hit and run put on right there by Joe T. Robinson as Britt Wilson hit one right past Holmes there at second base. And now the Senators now lead at 1-0 here in the top of the third. 2 outs. And number 2, Driftin Ladd, the center fielder, steps into the batter's box now for Joe T. Robinson. Comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears, and umpire says no pitch, no pitch. So nothing doing there. Spears checks over on the runner at first, and nothing doing there. So we will reset here. Driftin Ladd in the batter's box for the Senators. And the 0-0 pitch is outside. Count goes to 1-0 here to Ladd. Here comes a pitch from Spears, and Ladd swings and misses on it. So count goes to 1-1 here. 2 outs here for the Senators. And coach wants to have a chat with both Senator batters here. So back to action here as Ladd steps back into the batter's box and fouls that pitch off for a 1-2 count here. That one is sent way out to the fence in right field, right center field, and the Senators are going to score another run here as I believe that is Driftin Ladd heads into third base there with a triple for the Senators. Senators now lead at 2-0 here over your Panthers here in the top of the third inning. Yeah, Drifting Lad there stands at third base there with a triple for the Senators. Great piece of hitting by him as he sent one out to the fence in right center field out there. Got past Lindley and the Panthers center fielder Liam Buffalo. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears to number 22 Carson Waugh. And that one is sent out to the center fielder. Liam Buffalo catches it, and that is the third out for the Senators here in the top of the third. But the Senators are able to push across a couple of runs, so they now lead it over your Panthers 2-0 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. It is Joe T. Robinson 2 and your Heber Springs Panthers 0 as we head to the bottom of the third inning from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And you're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
So same thing. It's really comfortable.
1-1 count here to Lindley, and here comes the 1-1 pitch from Watson. He steps off the mound, and we will have a reset here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Watson. It's high to Lindley. Count goes to 2-1 here to Xander. Two balls, one strike here to Xander Lindley. No outs here for your Panthers in the bottom of the third, and that pitch is outside. The count will go to 3-1 here to Xander. That pitch is also outside, so Lindley will draw the walk here for your Panthers as he heads down to first. And now Heber Springs has a runner on first with no outs here in the bottom of the third, and Cooper Holmes coming to the plate now for your Panthers. See if Cooper can do some damage here with no outs, and a runner on first here for your Panthers. Here comes the 0-0 pitch. Holmes swings and misses. Count goes to 0-1. comes the 0-1 pitch from Watson. It's a ball, so count goes to 1-1. And we will have a quick meeting here. So Holmes steps back into the batter's box, squares to bunt, and a runner takes off. Lindley takes off, and he's going to be thrown out at second. Oh, umpire says he made it underneath. He did. He actually was able to, the baseball was able to be kicked out of the glove there of the shortstop that tried to make the play, and Lindley is safe at second over here for your Panthers. So count will be 1-1 here to Holmes, and Lindley safe at second. Runner at second here for your Panthers. And no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. No score, Robinson leads it 2-0 here over your Panthers. Holmes squares to bunt again and misses at that one. So count will go to 1-2 here. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Cooper Holmes. And here comes a 1-2 pitch from Watson. It's outside. Count will go to 2-2 here. Here comes a 2-2 pitch from Watson, and we have time here called by the umpire. That pitch is outside. Count goes full here to Cooper Holmes. Here comes the payoff pitch to Holmes, and it's fielded by the first baseman. He steps on the bag for the first out. Here in the bottom of the third inning for your Panthers, Lindley scoots over to third base, and Sneed will come in to bat now for your Panthers, with Lindley standing over at third. And 1 out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third, trailing Joe T. Robinson 2-0 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position from right here in the press box. Good, nice view of the field right here at Panther Field, and that pitch is outside to Sneed. Count goes to 1-0. Sneed steps back into the batter's box, and here comes the 1-0 pitch from Watson. Sneed swings at that one, and count goes to 1-1 here. And 1-1 pitch to Sneed is sent out past the first baseman out into right field, and your Panthers are going to score a run here as Lindley comes in to score from third. Great job right there by Keenan Sneed as he was able to hit that one past the first baseman right there and get a run in here for your Panthers as they cut the deficit in half here. 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and now it is 2-1 here. Joe T. Robinson leads your Heber Springs Panthers. So Liam Buffalo will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Runner on first. 1 out here for your Panthers in the bottom of the third. He squares to bunt, pulls back. And count will go to 0-1 here as umpire calls it a strike. Snead thought about going over to second, but ended up staying at first. Counts 0-1 here to Buffalo. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Liam. He pops that one up. First baseman says he has it, and he's got it in foul territory. So just a little foul pop-up right there by Liam Buffalo, and 2 outs now here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third. JT Spears coming to the plate now. Your Panthers scored a run here, so it is 2-1 here now in favor of J.T. Robinson. And now Snead steals second, and throw was thrown down by the catcher, but it ended up in center field. So Snead is safe out there at second. I believe there was not really a pitch there to JT as it was pretty much thrown high. So I believe the count is 1-0 here to JT. Yes, 1 ball and no strikes here to JT so far. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third inning. And here comes the 1-0 pitch here from Watson. And Spears pops that one foul, backing out of play. That pitch is in there for a strike to JT, so count is 1-2 here now to JT. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for your Panthers in the bottom of the third inning. Score is 2-1 in favor of Joe T. That it was a swing and a miss, but there was no throw. So yeah, the catcher had to go back and try to get it from the backstop, and there was no throw. So JT was safe at first. Snead scoots over to third, and Easton Cusick will come out and courtesy run for JT. So runners at first and third here for your Panthers. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning, and they trail J.T. Robinson 2-1 here. Here comes Cole Payton into the batter's box now for your Panthers. And Cole sends that one foul past the first base line. Count goes 0-1. Count 1-1 here to Cole Payton. That pitches a ball, so count goes to 2-1 here to Cole Payton. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third inning, trailing J.T. Robinson 2-1 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Watson. It's high, so umpire says it's a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Cole Payton. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and third here for your Panthers. Trying to tie it up here against the Senators. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Watson. And Payton sends that one to the second baseman. He can't gather it, and he were going to be safe at second. And runners are going to be safe everywhere as Snead comes in to score for your Panthers. And the game is now tied 2-2 here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. Cole Payton just sent a shot right there to the second baseman, and he couldn't gather it fast enough. It went past him, and he tried to find it, but it was behind him. And then when he finally was able to pick it up and toss it over to the second baseman, it was too late as Cusick was safe over there. And now runners at first and second for your Panthers, and the game is tied here 2-2 as Sneed was able to come in and score. And now we're going to have a courtesy runner here for Cole Payton, as I believe that is number 16, Jaron Hemmer will come in for your Panthers to courtesy run for Cole Payton. And Corbin Jones will step into the batter's box now for Heber Springs. Game is tied 2-2 here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. Panthers with runners on first and second. And 2 outs here for your Panthers in the bottom of the third inning. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Watson. And that one almost clipped Jones as Cusick heads down to third. He gets underneath the tag. Umpire says he's safe. So runners at second and third now for your Panthers. 1-0 count here to Jones. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Watson. And Corbin sends a little blooper out to Andre Bell at second base, and he tosses over to the first baseman, so that will be the third out. But the Panthers are able to get 2 runs across here and tie up the ball game here in the bottom of the third inning, as the game is now tied. Heber Springs 2, Joe T. Robinson 2. As we head to the top of the fourth inning, you're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
I'm coming, honey.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Invited me out to dinner. Here, they have hot dogs.
You know what I like?
That's my favorite. I know. I was tasting. At lunchtime, I like to get the
For another dog. It's a lot to do about
I wonder where they're all at Baptist Channel, but and like Dad was coming down the so I didn't get set up until 11. Just kind of sanded. Yeah, it's a really small platform that
All right, back to action here, Panther fans, here in the top of the fourth inning, as we have an 0-1 count here to number 21 at Jackson Ward for the Senators, and swings and fouls that one off. Count goes to 0-2 here to Ward. Game's tied 2-2 here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the fourth inning from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. And here comes the 0-2 pitch from Spears. And it's sent right past him into the center field, as that one was sent right past Spears there at the pitcher's mound. And we will have a runner here safe at first here for Robinson here in the top of the fourth inning. No outs here for the Senators, and we're going to have a mound meeting here with Coach Ryan Bridges. After the brief meeting there, number 3, Victor Bullock, the designated hitter, steps into the batter's box now for the Senators. Runner on first, no outs here for Joe T. Robinson. Game tied 2-2, and runner takes off for second. Peyton thought he wanted to throw, but ball fell out of his glove. So no throw there from Peyton, down to second base. Runner safe at second for Robinson, and the count goes to 1-0 here to Victor Bullock. One 0 pitch from Spears. A little high, says the umpire. Count goes to a 2-0 here. That pitch is in there for a strike, says the umpire. So count goes to 2-1 here. Pitch is fouled off. Count goes 2-2. Two pitches low from Spears. Count will go full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here for the Senators here in the top of the 4th inning. Game's tied at 2-2, and a runner at second for the Senators. Spears steps off and wanted to throw to second, but runner is back safely, so we will have a reset here. That pitch is a ball, so Victor Bullock will take a walk down to first here for the Senators. And runners at first and second now for Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the 4th inning with no outs here. And number 24, Addison Nichols, will step into the batter's box now for Joe T. Robinson. Game tied at 2-2 here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. Nichols squares to bunt. He gets it laid down, and Spears will go to first with it. And Holmes covers, and 1 out here for the Senators here in the top of the 4th. Runners advance to second and third for Joe T. Robinson as Nichols does his job there on the bunt, on the sacrifice bunt there. And now it looks like we will have a courtesy runner here possibly for Joe T. Robinson. Yes, we will. So number 12, Nathan Johnston, steps in now for Joe T. Robinson with runners on second and third. And that pitch is in there for a strike. Count will go to 0-1 here to Johnston. Runners on second and third here for the Senators. 1 out here for Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the 4th. And the game is tied 2-2 here between Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. And that pitch is also in there for a strike from JT. Count goes to 0-2 here to Johnston. That pitch is Johnston hits it past Holmes at second base, and that will score 2 runs here for the Senators, as the runner is safe at first there, and Robinson now leads at 4-2 here over your Panthers here in the top of the 4th inning with only 1 out. Andre Bell will step into the batter's box now for the Senators. So Andre Bell steps into the batter's box for the Senators. 1 out here in the top of the 4th, and the Senators just plated 2 more runs to take a 4-2 lead here over the Heber Springs Panthers here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Spears checks on the runner at first. Nothing doing there, so we will have a reset here. And now Andre Bell will get ready to receive the 0-0. Spears checks on the runner again at first. Here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. It's in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-1 here to Bell. Throw down to second to Holmes, and he's safe underneath the tag, the umpire says. So runner is safe at second there for Joe T. Robinson. Count is 1-1 here to Bell at the plate. And Robinson leads it 4-2 over your Panthers here in the top of the 4th inning with only 1 out. Bell hits that one to the shortstop, Sneed. He fires over to Winchester at first for the out. So 2 outs here now for the Senators here in the top of the 4th. Runner advances to third over there for Joe T. Robinson. So runner at third here for Joe T. Robinson. Number 9, Arlen Johnston will come to the plate now for Joe T. Leading the Heber Springs Panthers 4-2 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. And Johnston hits that one over to Jones at third. He gathers and fires over to Winchester at first for the 3rd out. So 3 outs here now for the Senators here in the top of the 4th as we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Joe T. Robinson leads it over your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
I know.
Cowboy Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of Panther Sports. At Cowboy Chevrolet GMC in Heber Springs, they're known for something they call Cowboy Courtesy, and that includes giving you the best customer service around. As 2021 winners of the GM Award for Excellence in Customer Service, we want to show you how hard work and dedication make a difference. To our factory-trained technicians are here to get you back on the road quickly and safely. So come see us at Cowboy Chevrolet GMC in Heber Springs or at cowboychevygmc.com.
Balls on the ground, infield, here we go.
All right, Panther fans, back to action here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Joel Atwood pops that one foul for an 0-1 count here. Panthers trail 4-2 here to the Joe T. Robinson Senators here in the bottom of the fourth inning from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. 0-1 count here to Atwood. No outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. He fouls that one off as well. So count will go to 0-2 here to Joel Atwood. Count is now 1-2 here to Joel Atwood. Here comes the 1-2 pitch here from Watson. It's outside. Count goes 2-2. Pitch is high to Atwood. Count will go full here to Joel. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Trailing Joe T. Robinson 4-2 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And time is called. All right, so back to action. And that pitch is in there. For a ball, so Atwood will take a walk down to first. Panthers now have a runner at first. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Wyatt Winchester steps to the plate now for your Panthers. And we will have a meeting here at the mound for Joe T. Robinson.
Right now, get up. Right here.
Hey, defense, throw strikes. Hey, roll it up, infield.
All right, so after the mound visit there for Joe T. Robinson, Wyatt Winchester is in the batter's box and he's ready. Panthers have runners at first. No outs here, and that pitch is in there for a strike for an 0-1 count. That pitch is also in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-2 here to Winchester. And that one is popped up to the shortstop there by Winchester, and he's got it for the first out. So 1 out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing Joe T. Robinson 4-2 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And Xander Lindley will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Lindley squares the bunt, and Atwood takes off for second. He is going to be out. As Atwood took off for second, pitcher threw over to first, and he gunned him down. He threw over to first, and the first baseman threw over to second. and he was able to get Atwood at second. So 2 outs here now for your Panthers here in the top of the 4th inning. Pardon me, the bottom of the 4th inning. And Xander Lindley at the plate with an 0-0 count. And here comes the 0-0 pitch from Watson. And that one is in there for a strike, says the umpire. Count goes to 0-1 here to Lindley. One pitch to Watson from Watson is outside. Count goes to 1-1 here to Xander. Swing on a miss there by Lindley, and the count will go to 1-2 here. That one is fouled off by Lindley. Count stays at 1-2. Comes a 1-2 pitch to Lindley. Time is called. And that pitch is called strike 3 right there. So Xander Lindley strikes out, and that will be the 3rd out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 4th. As we will head to the top of the 5th inning. Joe T. Robinson leads your Panthers from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex 4-2. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Environmental Building Maintenance delivers the most outstanding restoration experience for residents in Panther Nation and Central Arkansas. EBM offers mold remediation, fire restoration, and water mitigation. The EBM team will complete every project with long-lasting results you can rely on. They provide honest services to restore your home back to its pre-damage condition. For a free estimate, call Brad at 501-206-5007. EMB is a proud sponsor of Heber Springs Panther Baseball and Softball.
What's up, Red? Sorry.
Let's go, JC!
Doing some type of practice.
Let's go, Brad! Let's go, JC!
All right, back to action here in the top of the 5th inning from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position. Brett Wilson steps into the batter's box for Joe T. Robinson, leading your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. A 1-0 count here to Wilson, and that one is sent right back to JT at the mound, and he will gather it and fire over to Winchester at first. 1 out here for the Senators here in the top of the 5th. Drifton Ladd will step into the batter's box now for the Senators. 1 out here for Joe T. Robinson. That pitch is low, so count is 1-0. That pitch is a strike. Count goes to 1-1 here to Driftin' Ladd, the center fielder for Joe T. Robinson. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Spears. And Ladd sends that one out to the left field. It's past Atwood and it's to the fence. Ladd will hold up at second base there for the Senators with a double. And only one out here for Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the fifth inning. Carson Waugh will step into the batter's box now for Joe T. Robinson with a runner at second. And one out here for the Senators here in the top of the fifth, leading your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2. That pitch is inside. Count goes to 1-0. That pitch is high. Count goes to 2-0 here. So number 21, Jackson Ward, is now at the batter's box for the Senators. Runners are at first and third for Joe T. Robinson. One out here, and the Senators lead your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2. Here comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. Swing and a miss there from Ward. Count goes to 0-1. That pitch is outside. Count goes to 1-1. Runner heads down to second for Joe T. Robinson, so now runners will be at second and third for the Senators. And that one is fouled off there by Ward. Count stays at 1-2 here. Ward swings and misses at that one, and he strikes out for the second out here for the Senators here in the top of the fifth. So that will bring Victor Bullock to the plate now for the Senators with runners at second and third, leading your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2 here. from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. And here comes the 0-0 pitch to Victor Bullock. He sends that one to Winchester at first. He gathers it and walks over to the bag. So 3 outs here for the Senators in the top of the 5th as we will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your Panthers trail the Joe T. Robinson Senators 4-2 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. Get your vehicle looking its best at Super Splash Car Wash. Check out the all-new ceramic wax at Super Splash Car Wash. This ceramic wax protects your paint against harmful contaminants that can cause damage. Try out the brand new vacuums installed and ready for your car or truck's dirt. A clean car says a lot about you, so have the best-looking car on the road with the help of Super Splash Car Wash. Go Panthers from Super Splash Car Wash crew.
What do you play in baseball? What position? Literally everywhere. Really? I played every spot on the field. 2 years ago, we had running one on every Saturday when I was any day, but I can't. But I tell you what, I have a friend that has a birthday April 4th, and I never forget our birthday. Yeah, third, second, third. Field, right field, and center. I mean, not for long, but I can play it.
The next tournament on April 4th. So we can stuff weights all down their mouth, and if they catch us, we go after them. No, we talked about
Go, Cam!
Here we go, boys.
Big chungish. Really? Makes you wonder. Yeah.
Illegal pitch, he gets the ball. All these other guys just come up around us.
That's kind of scary. Would you not feel? I'm not
And the other guy was just standing there with his head down.
Yeah. Never had that. Oh, you know.
Go, Spin.
Let's go! No! Right, Heber, let's go, buddy!
1-0 1-2 count here to Holmes. 1-2 pitch is low for a ball. Count goes to 2-2 here to Holmes. And that one's fouled off there by Holmes. Count will go to 2-2 here. Swing and a miss there by Holmes as that's strike 3. So 1 out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 5th. Trailing the Joe T. Robinson Senators 4-2 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And Keenan Sneed will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Sneed hits that one to the first baseman, and he gathers it and steps on the bag there at first. So 2 outs now here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Liam Buffalo steps into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Trailing the Joe T. Robinson Senators 4-2 here. Now that one, Liam hits that one to Andre Bell there at second base for the Senators, and he fields it, fires it over to first for the 3rd out. So we will head to the top of the 6th inning. Your Panthers trail the Joe T. Robinson Senators 4-2 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake. I want to take this moment to give some of our boosters and sponsors a big shout out for allowing us to bring you the live stream today. First Electric Cooperative, Centennial Bank, Trinity Church of Heber Springs, Carissa Clemens and Bryce Farmer with First Trust Home Loans, Ed LaShawn, State Farm Insurance, Hopper Termite Pest Control, First National Bank, Brothers Barbecue, First Security Bank, Angie Collins Shelter Insurance, The River Company, Tim Brewer Shelter Insurance, Eagle Pest Management, Baptist Health, Allen Furniture, Stevenson Oil Company, Red River Dodge, and Jet Fast Motor Brokers. We would like to thank all these Panther Baseball boosters for allowing us to bring you today's live stream. Back to action here in the top of the 6th inning here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position, and that was sent to Kenan Sneed right there at shortstop, and he fires over to Winchester at first, and the umpire says he's out. So 1 out here for the Senators here in the top of the 6th. They lead your Panthers 4-2 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex so far today. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Conference doubleheader today between the Joe T. Robinson Senators and your Heber Springs Panthers. And that pitch is outside. Count goes to 1-0. And that one's fouled off. Count will go to 1-1 here. That pitch is in there for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. That pitch is also fouled off. Count will go to 2-2. Pitch is also fouled off. Count stays at 2-2 here. Joe T. Robinson leading 4-2 here over your Panthers here in the top of the sixth. Count is 2-2 with one out here for the Senators. And that one is popped up to the left fielder, Atwood, going back, and he's got it for your Panthers. 2 outs here for the Senators here in the top of the sixth. That will bring Andre Bell back to the plate now for the Senators. Comes the 0-0 pitch from Spears. In there for a ball, 1-0 count. That one's in there for a strike, says the umpire. Count is 1-1 here to Bell. Swing and a miss there from Bell. Count goes to 1-2 here. And that one hits Bell on the hands, so he will take a walk down to first. 2 outs here for the Senators here in the top of the sixth, and they have a runner at first here. And Coach Bridges is wanting to have a talk with the umpire. So now number 9, Arlen Johnston, steps into the batter's box for the Senators with a runner on first. 2 outs here for Joe T. Robinson here in the top of the sixth inning, leading your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2. JT checks on the runner at first. Nothing doing there. And Johnston sends that one out to the right fielder. And runner is safe at first. So runners at first and third now for Joe T. Robinson. 2 outs here in the top of the sixth inning. And now we're going to have a mound visit here from Coach Ryan Bridges. So back to action here after the meeting. Runners on first and third here for Joe T. Robinson. 2 outs for the Senators here in the top of the 6th. Britt Wilson steps to the plate now for the Senators, and here comes the 0 pitch from J.T. Spears. It's a ball outside, and the runner's allowed to take second with no throw. So runners at second and third now for the Senators. Leading your Panthers of Heber Springs 4-2 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position. And that one is swung and foul tipped by Britt Wilson there. So count is 0-1 here to Wilson. That one is a strike to Wilson. Count is a 1-2 here to Britt Wilson. And that one is inside to Wilson. Count is 2-2. And that one is going to get 2 more runs in here for the Senators. As Britt Wilson drives in 2 more runs for Joe T. Robinson. It is now 6-2 in favor of the Senators. And it looks like we will have a pitching change here for Heber Springs, as it looks like number 3, Logan Lozo, will come onto the mound now for your Panthers. So Logan Lozo steps into the circle for your Panthers, and we'll have a pitching change here for Heber Springs. All right, so Driftin' Lad will step into the batter's box against Logan Lozo for your Panthers, who's on the mound now. And that pitch is low for a 1-0 count. Count goes to 2-0 here to Drift and Ladd. Count goes 2-1 here to Drift and Ladd as he fouls that one off. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Lozo. It's foul tipped. Count goes 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. It's a little inside. Count goes full. 3-2. That one is inside, so Ladd will take a walk there. Runner advances from second to third. Or Joe T. Robinson has runners at first and third here with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. And number 22, Carson Waugh, will come to the plate now for Joe T. Robinson. Runner takes off, and that one is hit past the first baseman, so another run will come in to score. That makes it 7-2 in favor of the Robinson Senators. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. So Panthers just need to get out of this get this last out here in the top of the frame. But Robinson getting another run across there, and that will bring, I believe, number 21, Jackson Ward. Yes, Jackson Ward will come to the plate now for the Senators. Leading 7-2 over your Panthers here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. And that one sent past the hole, in the hole right there between the short and third baseman. So another run comes into score. It's now 8-2 in favor of the Senators over your Panthers of Heber Springs from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning for the Senators. Runners at first and second now for Joe T. Robinson. Lozo sets, and he deals. That pitch is a strike, says the umpire. 0-1 count. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Lozo. It's in there for a strike. 0-2 count here. Bullock, the designated hitter for the Senators, in the batter's box now for Joe T. Robinson. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. He swings, and that one's a rocket over to Jones. He's going to try to race the man to third. He got it. And that'll be the third out here for the Senators as we will head into the dugout and switch up as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. But the Senators are able to get 4 more runs across here in the top of the frame as they now lead it 8-2 over your Panthers from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
I was like,
Here we go. Anything, boys?
All right, back to action here in the bottom of the 6th inning for your Panthers. JT Spears steps into the batter's box and takes a ball outside for a 1-0 count. And that pitch is inside to JT. Count goes to 2-0. Pardon me. That one popped up and out of play. Count goes to 2-1. Three and 1 count here to JT. So count goes full here to JT. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one is hit to the third baseman. He fires over to first, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for your Panthers. Trailing 8-2 here to the Joe T. Robinson Senators. And here comes Cole Payton to the plate. So Cole Payton draws a walk here for your Panthers as he heads down to first. And Corbin Jones will head into the batter's box now for your Panthers. Looks like we will have a courtesy runner for Cole Payton. So Corbin Jones steps into the batter's box for your Panthers. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing the Joe T. Robinson Senators 8-2, and that pitch is inside for a 1-0 count. Comes a 1-0 pitch from Watson. And that one is sent foul by Jones. Count is 1-1. So counts 2-1 here to Jones. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Watson. And it's inside. Count will go 3-1 here to Jones. Jones hits that one over to the third baseman. There will be no play made there, and Jones will be safe at first, and runner is safe at second as well, as Hammer, the courtesy runner for Cole Payton, moved up to second. So Joel Atwood will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and we will have a mound visit here from the Robinson Senators. So we will have a pitching change for the Robinson Senators. Looks like number 5, Brett Wilson, will come onto the mound now for the Senators to try to finish this one out for Joe T. Robinson.
Or sincerely.
And now Joel sends that one foul. So count will go to 1-1 here. 1 out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trailing Joe T. Robinson 8-2 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the FL Davis Ace broadcast position. Pitch is in there for a strike to Joel Atwood, so count will go to 2-2. They tried to get the runner at first, nothing doing there. 2-2 count here to Joel Atwood. One out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Atwood sends that one out past the left fielder. He's still going for it, and he does not have it. So a run will score for the Panthers as runners advance to Jones advances to second for the Panthers. I think Coach Bridges wanted him to keep running there, and nothing doing there. So Panthers get a run across there. It is 8-3 in favor of the Joe T. Robinson Senators. Here comes Logan Lozo to the plate now for your Panthers. Runners at first and second for Heber Springs. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing Joe T. Robinson 8-3, and that was sent foul by Lozo for strike one. That one carries back to the backstop. Count goes to 1-1 here. Lozo pops that one up to the right fielder, and he does have it, but Jones tags from third, and he will be safe. So 8-4 here now in favor of the Joe T. Robinson Senators. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Gavin Widener will grab a bat for your Panthers, and he will step into the batter's box now. Trailing 8-4 here to the Joe T. Robinson Senators. Runners on first and second for your Panthers. Pardon me, runners on second only for your Panthers, and that one is fouled off by Widener. Strike one. That one is swung on a miss by Widener. Count goes to 0-2. And Widener strikes out as that is strike number 3. And that will be the third out for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 6th as we head to the final inning of the first game of this doubleheader between the Joe T. Robinson Senators and your Heber Springs Panthers. Joe T. Robinson leads it 8-4 over your Panthers as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
So it's in the 6th inning? Yeah. And there's 9 innings.
You and me both want me to run on there.
They just scored 4 runs. He scored 2. I get 7. Get out. Oh, no, he's running now. I like to watch this. Got yum. Dollar. Got blow pop. I'll go. 8 pieces of dog.
Good pitch.
Oh my gosh. Baby. You did this baby. Am I going
Get under it, baby. Get under it. Good catch. Good catch. Good job, Panther. Be there, Lily.
All right, sorry about that, Panther fans. We had some camera difficulties we had to get worked out there, and that's a strike there to Andre Bell. 2 outs here for the Senators here in the top of the 7th inning. Leading your Panthers 8-4 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Lozo's pitch is in there for a ball. 1-1 count here. That one sent out to left field, and the left fielder falls as he's trying to get to the ball, but it looks like it's going to fall anyways. So Robinson will have a runner at first here with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And that brings number 9, Arlen Johnston, to the plate now for the Senators. First pitch from Lozo hits Johnston, so he will head down to first. So Joe T. Robinson with runners at first and second, and Ryan Bridges wants to have a talk with Lozo on the mound. That one is fielded by the first baseman over there, J.T. Spears, and he steps on the bag for the third out. So we will head to the final half frame of the ball game as the Joe T. Robinson Senators lead your Panthers of Heber Springs 8-4 here from the Heber Springs Sports Complex. You're watching and listening to Heber Springs Panther Baseball on 101.9 The Lake.
Hey, why are you whispering?
1, 2, 3, boys.
I guess it's time every
Sneed is at an 11 o'clock. Hey, it won first, too. 100 meters out. Track meet at it's rounds there. 7-8-2. Yep. Hitting both of them. Sneed. This is some shit that hasn't stayed on the track meet. All right, let's go, buddy. Sit on one right here.
Go, boys. Tighten it up. All right, let's go, Coop. This last inning, let's go. Blew somebody off. Everything in front, infield, here we go.
Come on, Coop. Got every base runner, baby.
All right, so back to action here in the bottom of the seventh inning for your Panthers as Cooper Holmes steps into the batter's box now for Heber Springs and takes a pitch high and inside for a 1-0 count here. That pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1 count. That pitch is low, 2-1 count here to Holmes. And he sends that one back to the pitcher. He's able to field it and gets it over to first for the out. First out here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Keenan Sneed will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. So Sneed steps into the batter's box for Heber Springs, and the first pitch is a little inside. 1-0 count. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 count here to Sneed. Sneed sends that one out to the shortstop. He gathers and fires over to first. And that is the second out here in the bottom of the seventh inning for your Panthers as Liam Buffalo will head to the plate now. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the seventh, trailing Joe T. Robinson 8-4 here from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex. Billy Smallwood coming to you live from the F.L. Davis Ace broadcast position. And we want to remind you that we will be back for Game 2 of this doubleheader. So, Game 1 coming to a close here as Buffalo takes a first pitch ball, 1-0 count here to Liam. All right, that pitch is low. 2-0 count here to Liam, Buffalo. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes to 2-1 here to Liam. One count here to Liam Buffalo. 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing Joe T. Robinson 8-4. Brett Wilson, here comes the 3-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Liam Buffalo. And that ball's a ball, so Liam Buffalo will head down to first base with a walk. And J.T. Spears will step into the batter's box now for Heber Springs. Foul ball there, so count will go to 0-1 here to JT. And JT shoots that one way out there to left field. It's hitting the fence. And that is a home run. Well, there is some controversy, but they are saying it is a home run for JT Spears. A 2-run shot for JT over the left field fence for your Heber Springs Panthers. And they'll meet him and greet him at the home plate, and that brings the Panthers within 2 runs at 8-6. Big hit right there from J.T. Spears as he sends that one over the left field fence right to the right side of that 320 foul pole sign right out there in left field. And that's a shot right there from your senior J.T. Spears. And now the Panthers trail the Joe T. Robinson Senators 8-6 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cole Payton will step into the batter's box now for your Panthers. First pitch to Payton is a ball, 1-0 count here. That pitch to Payton's outside, 2-0 count. That pitch is inside. 3-1 count here to Cole Payton. That is in there for a strike, says the umpire. Count will go full here to Cole Payton. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for your Panthers here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing the Joe T. Robinson Senators 8-6. And here comes a payoff pitch. Payton sends it out to the left fielder. He stumbles and he can't make the play, so Payton will be safe at first for your Panthers. And Panthers will have a runner at first here now with 2 outs here still in the bottom of the 7th. But the tying run will come to the plate now for Heber Springs as Corbin Jones steps into the batter's box. So Corbin Jones steps into the batter's box for your Panthers. Runner at first, and here comes the first pitch, and it nearly clips him inside on that pitch. 1-0 count here to Corbin. That pitch is low. 2-0 count here now to Jones. Now Corbin sends that one out to center field. He's got it on the run, and that will be your ball game from right here at the Heber Springs Sports Complex as Joe T. Robinson takes game 1 from Heber Springs 8-6 right here. We will have game 2 for you here in as soon as they'll get it started. We want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching our live stream today, game 1 of this doubleheader, this conference doubleheader for Heber Springs and Joe T. Robinson. And we have game 2 starting here as soon as they'll get it started, and we will have that for you right here on the lake. So stay tuned, Panther fans. And for Billy Smallwood, Allie Sugg, Billy Morgan, and everybody at 101.9 The Lake, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to our live stream, today's live stream of Heber Springs Panther Baseball. And we will be back with game 2 here